Bangladesh's ambassador to Morocco, Harun Al Rashid, has now made serious allegations against Muhammad Yunus of supporting fundamentalists and spreading anarchy in the country. My colleague Brian Thomas joining us on this broadcast. Brian, all is not well in the establishment, and now the gloves are coming off. It's taken a bit of bravery, I'm sure, for the sitting ambassador of Bangladesh, obviously appointed under the previous regime, to come and stand up against Muhammad Yunus, who was elected by no one. He's a self-appointed, quote unquote, dictator of Bangladesh. He's just made himself the leader of Bangladesh. Nobody voted for him.
Well, Rishabh, definitely, very rightly said that, Harun Al Rashid, who is definitely Bangladesh's ambassador to Morocco, has clearly publicly on his Facebook post has criticized the very interim government that is led by Muhammad Yunus. Now, allegedly, also alleged that the nation is descending into anarchy under his very leadership. Now, there was a proper detailed statement that he has put out and claimed that millions of Bangladeshis are still facing the very dire choices amidst rising extremism. Now, he also recounted the events of October 5th, last year, 2024, describing it as a very dark day when this very coordinated terrorist attack that he said led to the overthrow of Sheikh Hasina's legitimate government, with now Yunus also subsequently assuming power. He very importantly also in his Facebook post accused Yunus of exploiting his international reputation to mask alleged crimes and avoid accountability, including even evading substantial financial liabilities. Now, very importantly, the ambassador also further alleged that under Yunus's protection, extremist elements have committed widespread atrocities surpassing those reported during Hasina's tenure. He even expressed his frustration over the global community's perceived inaction and urged for an impartial investigation into the current administration's action.
Bangladesh and Bangladeshis have the right to figure out what happens next in their country. As observers of news developments that are taking place, we can just say that as far as I see it, Muhammad Yunus has never won an election for anything in his life. He is not by any definition a democratic leader. What happened was a coup. It was the replacement of an elected government. Whether it was a good government or bad government, it's the people of Bangladesh to decide. Whether Muhammad Yunus is an effective person or an ineffective person for the people of Bangladesh to decide. Only thing we can say is I didn't notice an election that took place that put him in power. So who put him in power? It's a thought process for us. And appointees, now the naysayers will argue that these were appointed and they're loyalists to the previous regime. Could be, I don't know. But do we ignore the charges that they're making, given what we have seen with our own eyes of what is taking place in Bangladesh? Again, unhappy things going on in a country which had so much economic promise and future. It's been emerging as one of the fast growing economies of the region for the past decade, and now is of course racked by political instability. Brian Thomas, thank you for joining us.